Color Day! What could it possibly be? Let's open it and find out. Oh, it's Burnt Sienna from Daniel Smith. Very nice of them to just leave it rattling around in a box like that, but at least he got here safely. Let's open it up here and see what it looks like. Oh, it's oozing, it's oozing, it's oozing. It's full tube. It's full. It's full. It's damage control. That's oh jeez, I got some on my finger. That's great. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just wipe my finger across there and give it a little wash of water, and boom. Isn't that neat? Alright, well, this is a nice chocolatey version of the Burnt Sienna, it looks like, with a hint of red to it. More so than I think I'm used to from a natural Burnt Sienna. This is it's not a bad version. Not bad at all. Now, let's see how it neutralizes with ultramarine, because as we all know, Burnt Sienna and ultramarine are two great tastes that taste great together. And I've got my ultramarine right here. Now let's just give it a nice little stroke here and see how it mingles. Oh, I don't know, man. Looks like we might need a little bit more Burnt Sienna to get that a little grayer. So let's add a little bit more. And here we go. Just let that mingle and watch the magic happen. Now, as you can see with all these, with this Burnt Sienna and ultramarine mix, it turns relatively neutral, but not perfectly neutral. It's because there's a very slight violet bias when you mix ultramarine and natural Burnt Sienna. Not that it's not pretty, but it's there. Alright, sweet. Now let's see how this Daniel Smith Natural Burnt Sienna compares with my core Natural Burnt Sienna. Alright, here's the natural stuff right here. I'm going to wet that, get a nice amount of it. That should be good. And right here, I'll just set it right next to it. And they're almost the same hue. Almost. I think the core Burnt Sienna is a little oranger. Actually, let's make a stroke of core up here so we have a nice control available to us. There we go. And then let's take the Daniel Smith and set it right next door. And, well, lo and behold, look at that. As I said, the Daniel Smith Natural Burnt Sienna is a little redder. Now let's get a little bit of that ultramarine and neutralize this a little bit on the core side and see how she looks. Ooh, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think I need a little bit more Burnt Sienna here? Yeah, let's put a little bit more Burnt Sienna. What kind of question is that? Always put a little bit more Burnt Sienna. Ooh. So, it would appear that the core Burnt Sienna neutralizes ever so slightly a little better with the ultramarine, or my Mission Gold ultramarine, than does the Daniel Smith one, although they both create a nice, pretty, neutralized violet. So, you really can't go wrong with either one, it looks like. But I really like this new Daniel Smith Burnt Sienna. I think I might stick with it for a while. Price is nice, and I really like that reddish hue. It looks, I don't know, it just feels a little bit more like Burnt Sienna than the core one does. That's just my personal opinion, but yeah, take it for what it's worth. Now, excuse me a moment while I put the lid back on this ultramarine. Jeez. Or not ultramarine, but Burnt Sienna. Oh man, what a mess. Good enough, I guess. On the bright side, I guess I can't say that Daniel Smith doesn't pack their tubes full of paint. But anyway, I have another surprise for you. Why don't you come with me and we'll check it out. Come on. How on earth did you get here before me? You sneaky devil. Yeah, we're doing another unboxing thing, but trust me, this is totally boss. I've been looking for a small palette for a while, and the other day I just got this. Take a look. What do we got here? There is a Whiskey Painter standard palette. And open this up, check it out. Look how tiny that is. Look at those small wells. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 8 wells to begin with, or 8 pans rather. 8 pans. And I got these pans right here to go with it. There's a bunch of pans. There's 8 pans in here, and they all have magnets on the bottom of them. And I only need, 4 of them because there's only space for 12. So we can just put the rest of these away, and then this thing has some dividers in it that we can replace, or that we can take out and put the pans in. And it'll allow us to put the pans in. So, stick it in there. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. It'll do what you want if you just give it a little patience. Now, put the dividers back in. Yep. And yep. And boom. Got ourselves a slick little palette here. Tiniest palette in the world. Look at that. It's right in the palm of my hand. Ridiculous. I love it. This is exactly what I've been looking for. And check this out. What we got? I got a couple of water containers. They're really small, and you can use them to, well, it's a paint cup, but use it to contain water. Just unscrew it, carry it around with you, and clip it onto whatever you're painting. That's really neat. I don't think I'm going to be able to use these today because I'm not really going outdoors or anything, but eventually you'll probably see me with these. So that's awesome. And the brushes it came with were kind of lousy. Look at these. Jeez. These are brutal. The hairs are already bent. Ridiculous. So I got this brush instead. This is a much better brush. Very portable brush, and boom, check that out. Detaches from the handle, reattaches if you need it to. Take this off, take it off, and use it like a little tiny nib, or put it back on and get yourself a little bit of an extension. I would probably use it this way just because I like a little bit of length on my brushes, and I like to paint with a little bit of distance between my hand and the paper, but that's just me. Now isn't that nice? Well, we've got 12 containers in here, so I think I need to fill these. So, what do you say we bring in the paints? Bring in the colors! Oh! What colors do we have? Well, we got cadmium yellow, we got cadmium orange, we got cadmium scarlet, we got cadmium red, and we got permanent rose, and Naples yellow deep, and lemon yellow, and well, most of these are Winsor and Newton, it looks like it, right? This one is Mission Gold. Permanent Rose is Mission Gold. That's quinacridone rose. And what do we got here? Oh, I'm getting paint on my bed. That's not good. Let's see. Ultramarine Light from Mission Gold. Prussian Blue from Mission Gold. Burnt Sienna from Daniel Smith. And Yellow Ochre or Mars Yellow from Mission Gold. Followed by a little chromium oxide green, which I'm going to mix with that yellow ochre because I like that opaque sap green. And finally, cobalt green from Winsor and Newton. No more messing around. Let's fill this palette. First color up is cadmium yellow. Cadmium yellow, step right up and get into that well like the champ you are. And boy, I need a new tube of cadmium yellow because there's so little of you. Come on, we can do it. We can do this. Come on, mac and cheese yellow. Get out of the tube. Get out of there. We can do it. We can fill a tiny well, or a tiny pan, or whatever we want to call it. Boy, I'm going to have to fill that later. Come on. Oh, this is not the right time to be struggling with colors and struggling with trying to get it out of there. You are an ornery color. Don't. Come on. Come on. There you go. Here. Oh boy. Oh boy. See, sometimes you gotta curl the tube upward just to try to get it out of that lip at the very top here. Ugh. See how I got that out? You gotta do that with tubes of paint sometimes. Well, all the time. Whenever you're almost done with them. Otherwise, you miss out on a whole bunch of good stuff. Ugh! And there's that last bit. Actually, that's not the last bit, because you want to know a little secret? You want to know how I get a little extra paint out of the tube? I take these corners right here, and oh boy, that hurts. And then I squeeze, and I get that. Come on, get out of there. And then I squeeze a little bit more on the other side. Come on. Sometimes you need a knife to do this. Ugh. Oh, this isn't going my way. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's a little strand. I got a little bit right there. I'm like a boss. And now, that tube is done for, I'd say. Who's next? Oh, I actually know who's next. Cadmium Orange is next. Cadmium Orange. We don't exactly have a big history because I don't use it that much. Oh boy, this tube is not friendly. Hold on, let me get a shirt. Ugh. Why on earth are you so hard to open, Cadmium Orange? Did I do something to offend you? No. How could I? I would like to pretend that we are best of friends. Maybe. I know we're not really. I mean, we're good acquaintances. We know each other through word of mouth and such, but good friends. I don't know. I like you though. You're an okay guy. You do right by my paintings. Wow, this paint, this little strand right here really dried out. That's why it's so hard to get out of the tube. I hope you're not all going to put up a fight like this today, because I don't know if I'm feeling all up to that business. Alright, Cadmium Scarlet. You and I, though. You are the admiral of my cadmiums, and I love you. Oh, God, get out of here. These Winsor and Newton tubes, man. They kill you. Alright, in you go, buddy. In you go. Admiral Cadmium... Admiral Scarlet has entered the battlefield. There we go. Oh, Cadmium Scarlet. I love the color so much. It is by far my favorite color. Of all time. Of all time. No joke. Alright, Cadmium Red. You and I are building a strong relationship. And I gotta say, I like the way that we've been going. We've gotten a lot closer recently. I've been using you more and more with the quinacridone rose and the ultramarine, and I gotta say, you've been doing some nice things. I wasn't so sure when I first got you whether things were gonna work out, but so far we've been doing okay. All right, I'll see you soon. Now let's get this quinacridone rose right here. Hello, quinacridone rose. Hello, Soul Keeper. Well, it's good to see you're jovial today. Why don't you get into that weld there, and then we can conduct some business later. Oh, you mean some one-sided business that you never pay me for? Well, that's right. I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to give you money? You don't have any depths to the society. You don't have any opposable thumbs. What are you going to do? You're going to... I mean, beyond color, what relationships do you build, honestly? Honestly. Well, it's kind of a questionable little well I got there, but anyway, what color is next? Oh yes. Could I forget? Hello there. Hello, Ultramarine. You are looking handsome today, as always. Ultramarine. Sometimes I talk tough about you, but God, you're such a great color. There's no reason anyone shouldn't ever not use you. In fact, you should be the first addition to any palette. Everybody should use you. And if they don't, then what's the matter with them? It's Prussian blue. You just don't get enough love, do you? I mean, I initially talked bad about you a while ago, but I gotta say that you really turned me around. You really made me realize that you are a good guy. And I have to thank you for that. Now, I'll be back. I'll come see you soon, but I got work to do here. Alright. Come here. Okay. Cobalt green. You and I have you and I have an interesting relationship. I met you a few years ago through a friend called was it Jerry's Artorama, and things have really been taking off ever since. So you know, I really gotta say, I like you, and I hope you like me too. Now, let's take care of sap green here. Oh boy, this is gonna be a tough one, because half the well has got to be like the chromium oxide from Mission Gold here, and the other half has got to be the Mars yellow. Let's see how this works. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I guess that works well enough. It's a packed little well, isn't it? Yeah, totally is. Alright. Oh, wait. I don't want to throw away the yellow ochre quite yet, because I've still got to use the yellow ochre. Oh, great, I got chromium oxide on my fingers. Well, anyway, let's take care of Naples yellow here. I like this little mix right here that I make of Naples yellow deep, side by side with a little lemon yellow, or nickel titanate, I should say. Nickel titanate is a surprise color. I tried him out a while ago, and boy, he has really risen through the ranks to become the star player. Or he's really risen through the ranks to star alongside chrome titanate yellow. Nickel titanate and chrome titanate. Best of friends forever. Now let's take care of some business right here. Put stop oozing, Burnt Sienna. Okay, put a little bit of him right there, and that hopefully that'll empty him enough that he won't be so pushy. A pushy color, oozing all over the place, getting all over everything, making everything brown. That's no fun. Alright, yellow ochre. Well, actually, it's lots of fun. Who are we kidding? Paint is always fun. Alright, and that is the last color. Buddy, thanks for starring. I don't have anything to say about you, but I gotta toss you aside here, so goodbye. And there you have it. Here is my new travel palette. It is very compact, and I quite enjoy it. Now, I'm not going to do a painting with this today. I'm afraid that's just not going to happen today. But I'm going to do a painting with it in a couple of videos or so, and then we'll really see how this thing performs. But to conclude this particular video, I think I would like to get out this brush here and just, you know, mess around on the palette a little bit and see how it feels. That seems like a good way to close things out, don't you think? Well, I hope so. If you don't think so, then, you know, whatever. Here's the brush. Let's pop that off and take a look at this thing. Now, well, geez, the bristles are always stiff whenever you get a new brush, and it appears to have softened it a bit. Now, if you know me, you know that I like to paint in, well, neutralizing pairs a lot of the time. Either that, or I like to think of the shortest mixing lines in order to get the brightest hues. Well, let's take one of my favorite mixes and get out this Burnt Sienna, this from Daniel Smith, which is a new color, as you saw a little bit earlier. And we got the Burnt Sienna. Now let's get the ultramarine, and well, the lid beads up a little bit, which is to be expected with any palette, but you can create a nice little puddle right here to get mixes, or to get a wash, I should say. Get a little bit of water here, and boom, boom, boom. That makes a nice little neutral. And then we've got a nice Payne's Gray stand-in. That's pretty cool. Now let's, what else could we do? Oh, I know. Let's use a little bit of the, no, not the ultramarine. Let's use the Prussian blue. Right here, Prussian blue. Actually, let me try that out. Now I've got a little pen brush. And now, get a little bit of the Prussian blue, a little bit more water, a little bit more Prussian blue, and then get a little bit of that cadmium scarlet. Ooh, don't want to get too much. I want to be careful. I don't want to get too much Prussian blue mixed up in poor cadmium scarlet there. And now I've got a nice warm dark. Look how warm that is. Well, it's probably hard to see from the camera, but when you add cadmium scarlet to Prussian blue, you get a very warm dark, very warm neutral pair, whereas ultramarine and burnt sienna is going to be a very bluish, well, a violet-ish kind of a dark. It's very appealing if you want to get a warm dark versus a cool dark. Anyway, well, I gotta say, I'm digging how this palette feels so far. It's very tiny, but it's very doable. I'm gonna see how this works in a couple of videos or so. I'm gonna do a painting in a couple of videos, and we're gonna see how this palette really flies in. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed seeing my new burnt sienna and my new little travel palette, my dinky travel palette, and my dinky brush. They're so cute and tiny. I feel adorable right now. Everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you like this video, and if you don't, well, that's okay. I really appreciate if you like this video, if you like it though, and if you want to subscribe, that's cool too. I would certainly love to have you. I always love to have new people around to talk to and to share things with. You know, I always love to meet a new friend. Everyone, thank you, and I'll see you soon, and I'll work out a nice composition, and we'll do a nice little painting. But until then, everyone, bye-bye, and I'll see ya.